Hello. In this very first video, I'm going to assume that you know nothing about Microsoft Excel and just help you to familiarize with the workspace that you have in front of you. So this is what Microsoft Excel looks like. As you can see, there are a bunch of boxes, and this is what we call a worksheet or spreadsheet. Now your spreadsheet is divided into several columns, which are labeled up here. So column A, column B, column C. On the side here, you can see numbers, and these refer to rows. So you have your columns and rows. You can select a column by clicking on the column letter. So here, for example, I can select column A or column C. I can select row 2, row 5, etc. If I click on a space, one of these, this is called a cell. This is where a column meets a row. So this cell is actually called cell C3. And that's how we refer to our cells in Microsoft Excel, is we say first the column name and then the row name. So this one here would be cell D4. Okay, this is important because later on we often need to refer to our cells to talk about which data is in which cell. So that's one sheet. You can see down here it says sheet 1. So this is one sheet. If you need more sheets, you can click and add another one here, and I can have sheet 2. Now this is useful, for example, if you have a lot of data and it's separated. For example, let's say I have one file which I use to organize all of my classes. So I could use sheet 1 to organize one of my classes and sheet 2 to organize another class. This could be useful, for example, for attendance, for example, or grading. So I could have the grades of my CS 110 class here and the grades for my CS 130 class here. Okay. Next, I want to talk about actually choosing and modifying data. So when I click on a cell here, you can see I can start writing things. So you can start writing directly when you click on a cell. Now, if I click on a cell here, you can see it's chosen, and you can see the data also up here and the reference to that cell, B2. So the word or the text, James, is in cell B2. If I click on this and I start typing again, it will actually replace the data. If I want to actually edit something instead of replacing it, I can do one of two things. I can either click up here, okay, or another way is just to double click in the cell, and you can actually see that I can modify what's in here like so. Okay, so either clicking up here or double clicking in your cell will allow you to edit that cell. Let's talk about moving things around. So I'm sure everybody's familiar with copy and paste, and if you're not, the shortcut keys on Windows is Control-C for copy. On a Mac it would be Command-C, and then to paste it somewhere else I can just use Control-V or Command-V on a Mac. Okay, there's copy and paste. I can also cut and paste, Control-X and Control-V. Okay. Another way to do a cut and paste is you'll notice that when I select a cell and I move my mouse just to the edge, you can see it turns into this arrowed crosshair. If I hold down my mouse button and just kind of move, I can move it to wherever I want. Okay. I can do this to selecting multiple cells. So if I click and hold, I can actually select multiple things, and I can do the same thing here and I can grab that and move it wherever I wish. You can do it with entire columns. So clicking on the column letter, and you can see that it highlights the entire row. I can grab the side of it and move it like so. Okay. So there we have your general workspace, entering data, modifying data, moving things around. And I'll just wrap it up there and keep it simple for this first video.